So you have a holiday or an event coming up and you want to serve breakfast or brunch to a bunch of people. A strata, S-T-R-A-T-A, is the perfect thing to serve. It's easy to put together, it's flexible with the kind of ingredients you can use, and you can make it a day ahead of time, so you're not rushed to do it the day of the event. Now, if you already know what a strata is, jump ahead to the next chapter where I'm going to put mine together. But if you don't know, I'm going to explain it to you right now. A strata is basically like a breakfast lasagna. Instead of using noodles, though, we're going to use bread as a layer, and then you have your filling on top of that, and then another layer of bread, and then filling on top of that, and you bind it all together with a custard of eggs and milk. Now, you might be thinking, that's like a bread pudding. And it kind of is, only this is savory. So the custard that we're using in the strata, it has more eggs in it than you would have in a bread pudding. It also has no sugar in it. Now, my strata is going to be goat cheese and prosciutto and provolone and a few other things. If that's not appealing to you, like I said, it's very flexible. You can sub out the prosciutto for ham, chunks or slices, or use sausage. You definitely could sub out the goat cheese for some other kind of cheese like cheddar or whatever you like. You don't even have to have meat in it. You can make it totally vegetarian. So whatever you've got in the fridge, whatever you like, throw it into your strata. But like I said, mine's going to be goat cheese and prosciutto. So let's go and make mine. I'll show you how easy it is to put it together. We start by lightly greasing a 9 by 13 inch lasagna pan or baking dish. Don't get me started about the knife gashes in my pan. That is all my wife's doing. Now I'm going to lay down my first layer of bread. I really like using sourdough English muffins for this because they are thick and the nooks and crannies really hold the custard well. But you can use any kind of bread. It just needs to be firm and about a ½ inch thick. If your bread is too soft, you can leave it out overnight to get stale and firm up, or you can lightly toast it in the oven at 250 degrees or so, just until it dries out. Once your layer of bread is down, add the prosciutto. You're going to need about 3 ounces for each layer, so 2 packages work nicely for this. Next, I'm going to add my layer of provolone cheese. If you're using slices, you're going to need 6 for each layer, so 12 total slices. If you're going with a block and shredding it, you're going to need at least 4 ounces. Next up, I'm going to crumble the goat cheese. I think you need at least 4 ounces for each layer, or 8 ounces total. My goat cheese is from Costco, and it's around 10 ounces a log, so I'm just going to go with that. Now it's time to add some veg and herbs. I'm going to sprinkle about 1/8 cup of green onions and a ½ cup of chopped fresh spinach, and follow that up with about 3 tablespoons of chopped basil from my Aero garden. Then repeat the whole thing with another layer. And why not top that off with a few sun-dried tomatoes and bits of extra bread. Now it's time to make the custard. You're going to need somewhere between 6 to 8 large eggs. I'm using 7. And to that, I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of table salt and a generous amount of coarse ground pepper. To the eggs, I'm going to add 2½ cups of milk. I like using whole milk, but you can use what you like. And I almost forgot, add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard and then whisk it up real good. Pour the custard over the strata. It does not have to cover the entire thing. The bread will soak it up. But if it's looking a bit too dry for you, then feel free to add a touch more milk. And I'm just going to top this off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Press down gently to smoosh it all together. And then finally, drizzle your melted 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter over the strata. Cover with plastic wrap and let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, take it out and let it sit in the counter for about 30 minutes and set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're just going to bake it for about 60 minutes, rotating it halfway through. I like to put it on a baking tray just to catch anything that might bubble over. After 50 to 60 minutes, the top should be nice and golden brown and the center should be around 165 degrees. Remove the strata from the baking tray and let it rest and cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, here we go. I'll take this piece right in the dang middle. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to put any salt or pepper on it. I don't know if it needs a knife. Let me know what you think. If it needs a knife. Let's see what we got here.
Very tasty. Does not need salt.
Does not need salt at all.
No, the goat cheese and prosciutto.
Yeah. This is good, right?
Very good.
Yeah. I mean, the bread is, so what kind of bread do you think that is?
French?
French? Good guess. It is not. It's actually sourdough English muffins.
Oh.
So you never would have known.
No.
See if I can zoom in here. You can kind of see the layers, how that's working.
It's good.
And I thought the sourdough English muffins, maybe might be hard to cut. I'm using a fork to cut this. The custard really got in there. The eggs and the...
Yeah.
Everything came together really nicely. Yeah, this is a nice, elegant, I don't want to say heavy dish. It's on the rich side. So cutting this with
it's rich.
A side salad or maybe some fruit would be great. It's delicious. Yeah, this is perfect for a holiday, Easter, Christmas.
Yeah, one dish and it would be more than filling. Some fresh fruit would be nice off the side and just kind of.
Yeah, for sure.
Or a mimosa. There's some fruit in that.
It's very, I don't want to say custardy, but it's very soft.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, but not falling apart.
Walter's sitting there hoping to have some.
The goat cheese, it's not like strong, like if you were to eat it raw, like goat cheese, it's not, you don't get that. It's just a hint of tanginess in the background. So if you're thinking the goat cheese would change the flavor profile of it, it doesn't really have that much of an impact. It's just like a little bit tangy in the background. You definitely get the prosciutto. Yeah, quite delicious.
Looks good. It's a winner.
It is a winner. All right, so wife approves, Walter approves, and I approve. Yeah, it's really good. You can't go wrong with this. It's a really nice breakfast casserole, easy to put together, flexible with a lot of different ingredients that you can use. Very, very good. You won't be disappointed. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that nonsense, and I'll see you later. So you have a holiday or an event coming up and you got to feed a bunch of people for breakfast or brunch. Hello, Walter. Well, a strata is one of the perfect things that you can make. It's easy, it's flexible, and I'm not talking about Eric Estrada. I'm talking about, is he still alive? Echo, is Eric Estrada still alive?
Eric Estrada is still alive at 77 years old.
Thank God. Okay, let's do this. Take 3. Ready?